Hello everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and today I'm doing a bit of a different take on my video. I am channeling my inner Shannon from She's Crafty. If you don't watch her, I'll try to remember to leave her link down below. She does all of her process videos. She talks you through her thought process, then she goes off, does a bit of work on her layout, comes back, talks you through the next stage. And unfortunately, the footage that I thought that I had filmed for this part, the cut file part of my video, is not on my phone. So clearly I didn't push record when I thought I did, which is leading me to talk you through the start of this video. And I thought, well, why not give Shannon's little process video, her approach to process videos a try and see how we go. So I am using this lovely cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict. This video is for the Confessions of a Paper Addict design team. And I cut it out on plain pink textured cardstock from American Crafts. I think it's called the Sunburst. I could look that up for you. But I think that's what it's called. Why don't we double check here? Let's see, is it called, yeah, the Sunburst. There you go, it's the Sunburst cut file. It's an older one, been around for a while, and I am using the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Midnight collection, and as you can see I have backed some of the little rays, and then these four here I have actually done a cool stitching technique. Now this stitching technique I did scrap lift, or lift really, from Christy's Beautiful Life. Now she did a video, when was that video? I think it was released at the end of February, where she did some cool stitching like this and then threaded sequins through because she loves using sequins. I omitted the sequins. I'm not a massive sequin fan, but I loved the kind of stitching that she did. And when I saw the inspiration for the mood board challenge in the Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group, there's a monthly mood board challenge, which Virginia did a little bit last year and has brought it back this year. It had some beautiful kind of, I think it's macrame maybe type, stitching, weaving. And I don't know, I immediately thought of the layout that Christy did, and then I had already cut out this cut file and I thought, oh, that stitching would look awesome on this cut file. And so that's what I did. So I picked some coloured floss that matches with the collection. And you can see here, I just use washi tape to stick down the ends. That is mainly to decrease the bulk. And then you can see here that I threaded the floss through and then crisscrossed it over, threaded it back through and just went down the line along here. So rather than go backwards and forwards, which you totally could have also done and would have looked amazing, but that is what I did. As I said, I'm using the Midnight collection. This 12 by 12 paper I just thought was stunning and looks like a sunrise, sunset, I guess. Oh, I don't know, sunrise. Anyway, I guess if it was that way, it'd be a sunset. Maybe if it's this way, it's a sunrise. I don't know. But I thought I would use that as my background paper, put this beautiful cut file on top. It is a little bit warped from my stitching. I didn't pay enough attention. The two shorter bits worked great. I kept my tension quite well and it didn't warp at all. This one in particular, you can see here, is a bit warped. So hopefully I'll just be able to make it work and it won't look too awkward once it's kind of flattened into the album. So that's what I'm going. I've got these two photos here. They're just selfies of me with my tenor horn. We just started back rehearsals after over a year of not rehearsing because of the pandemic. We've just gone back to our community band and I wanted obviously to document that. It's important for me. And so I took those two selfies. Ultimately, they're kind of, they're the same thing. So I want to put them both on the page, but, it's the same photo. It's a selfie of me holding my instrument. I pulled out some embellishments that I want to get on the page from the Midnight collection. I've got some stickers here I'd love to use because I've got quite a few of them left. Apologies if you can hear my puppy dog in the background. She's begging me to feed her, which I will do shortly. So I was kind of thinking I fussy cut this piece here that says stars cannot shine without darkness. And I just thought that that sentiment was a really kind of, I don't know, just fit really well with the pandemic. Like, you know, we've had some pretty dark times. We're just starting to come out of it. So I don't know, I liked that. So I fussy cut that out from a 3x4 card that was on the 12x12 cut apart sheet. I've pulled out these frames. The Midnight Collection has a lot of, oh, it's here actually, has this pack of, what do you call them? Titles, words. And so I've got a whole heap of words I could have chosen from. And so I pulled out this that says Happy Days or Happy and Days. Thought I would use that as my title. I've pulled out a few bits. So what I kind of was thinking is maybe doing a little cluster in the top right. So like, you know, popping a frame in, maybe this mason jar sentiment. Now, while it's not going to be my title, it's a big focus. So yeah, it's a big piece. I did sort of think about putting it down there, but I don't know. Let's just play for a bit. And then kind of, you know, tucking the frames in. Let's see. Kind of, I like this idea of sort of tucking the frames in. I may do some layers behind my photos actually, having said that. And so I don't know, what do we think? So we've got this little, oh, maybe if I do a little, I don't know, can we kind of, is this gonna work? Maybe if I put, I've only got these florals, this is all I've got, so I've used the rest of the florals. What do we think? I don't like that little gap. I don't know, do we think, let's get rid of that piece of scrap on my face. No, I don't know. I'm not loving that. What about push that up a bit, add another little floral in there. Oh, I like this piece that says all smiles. I do have the stickers that I'll pull from as well. Happy Days. I cut these from both the 6x8 and the 12x12 cut apart sheets. Had some cards with a love heart on, so I cut those out. Kind of wanted to add a couple of love hearts. Are we liking that? I'm not loving that. What if we swapped these around a bit? Put the title back down here. Let's move this over. The title could fit quite well in there. Maybe this is quite large. I think my original thought was it could sort of go up there. Maybe it's not going to work with such a large piece. What do we think? Is something like that going to work? I just, even though that mason jar is so large, I just really like the sentiment on it. And I think the sentiment works well. I wonder if I had a smaller version of that sentiment, because was it in the 6x8 cut apart? Now it might not have been, because the 6x8 cut apart obviously doesn't have as much as the 12x12 cut apart, because they're not the same dimensions. So I don't believe that I had it. This is all the cut aparts that I've got here. Now, obviously you can't be telling me. You might be yelling at the camera right now, but you know, we're not in real time here, so I'm not live. So you won't be able to tell me what I should do. No. So it doesn't have, I don't have the smaller version. I really want to get that on there, and I think it's important. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with it. So what I think I will do is something like that. So I might stick this down, and I'll come back and we'll see how it's ended up, and we'll talk through the next part of the process. So let me stick that down, and then we might add in a few stickers and things like that as well at the end. Maybe some wood veneer. I think it's going to need a little bit of something else. It's very pink, which is fine. I love pink, but it might need some of that. Maybe the wood veneer might be able to sort of balance it a bit. All right, let me have a think. Let me stick these elements down. Oh, do I want to do some layers behind my photo? I've got quite a lot of paper here from the 6x8 paper pad. Thinking it needs some more dark, which none of those are dark. They're all light. Let me see what scraps I have in a dark colour, because I do think there's a lot of pink. So I've got that, which will work. What else do I have here? Sorry about the rustling. I'm just looking through my stash. Yeah, that's about all I've got left in the dark. So what I might do is map my 2 photos on this as well. What's on the back? Yeah, so map my 2 photos on this, just to add a little bit more darkness around my photos, I think, because the rest, you know, apart from these and the bottom of the background paper, it's all very light, and obviously this is quite dark up here, so I think it needs a bit more dark to balance it out a bit. So I'm going to map my photos, I'm going to stick this down, and I'll come back and we'll check in where we're at. Okay, so I have stuck all the bits down that I thought I would do. So I added in this little mason jar sticker here, as well as a little banner that says sweet thing, and this one that says my happiness, and popped up just the word days on foam, so it says happy days. Popped up this one on foam, and just the edge of this all smiles banner, because, you know, it was sort of coming off the edge. I do need to put a tiny bit of liquid glue under there, I think, because it's need a little help sticking down. That was a little too much glue. Just scrape that off. This is real life, folks. All right, so now I'm sort of going, it needs something else. It needs something else, but what does it need? So let me trim this part off so you can get a better idea of what the whole layout looks like. And I don't know, my thought process is, I think, as I said before, I think I might add some wood veneer. I'm sort of looking at the sticker sheet here, and apart from the 3 little stickers I've added, I don't think I need to add anything else. I don't want to add any more of these hearts, even though I could, because I'm thinking one of the things I might add, oh, I should leave that there for the glare, sorry, is, as I said, wood veneer. So I've got this big thing of wood veneer here, which has not all of my wood veneer stash, I'll be honest, but a lot of it. But I've also got these little spice, magnetic spice containers that sit kind of that way on my desk, and they've got a few of the sort of most used wood veneer. So these are all florals, which I have a few more florals in here, but clearly I have a lot of florals. And then these ones are love hearts, but also, you know, words that say little XO, and hearts as well. And then these are all hearts as well. So I've got a lot of heart wood veneer. I've got a lot of floral wood veneer. These are words. I have a lot of wood veneer. It's one of the things I'm trying to work on with my stash. But I don't want to use it all up. I love wood veneer, but I definitely would love it if my whole stash could be contained in here, because I think that would just be easier for me to manage. But I don't know how that's going to happen. This is a lot of wood veneer. So, but I'm thinking that the texture of the wood veneer I think would just be really nice. And again, as Laura Alberts likes to say, if you watch Laura, we add some little sprinkly bits onto the layout. I was going to add flowers, but I'm actually thinking, I don't know, oh, sorry, side conversation. I don't know if you'll be able to tell because it's probably too far away. I don't know if I can hold it a little closer to the camera. They're probably too small. This heart is so fine, this wood veneer. I have no idea where it came from, but it's a very thin wood veneer. And I've got some hollow hearts as well, which I think might be nice just for a little bit of difference. I need to add a big one over there, I think. Maybe one up there. I just think it needs some sprinkly bits, as I said. Just some sprinkly bits. That one's a thin one as well, so maybe if I put that there. Some little, I don't know. See how you, does anyone else agonize over placement? Oh, look at these ones. These ones, oh, sorry, it's spinning around, are so tiny. How cute are they? Now, there's obviously a lot of love hearts over here. So I wasn't going to add more love hearts, but I'm thinking I'm having love hearts here and love hearts here. I know I've got love hearts here with the die cuts, but it just feels a little unbalanced to me with the wood veneer. So thinking I might add a couple more love hearts up here as well. Maybe. The trouble is if I try and put them on the thread, it's definitely going to not stick well. Can I make this work? What do you think? Can I make that work? Do I need 3 up there and not this one? How are you supposed to make these decisions? You can see my thought process. Now this part I either edit out of the process, or because my video is sped up so much and I don't do a voiceover like this, it's you don't get the fact that I agonize through this stuff. I'm thinking I like that though. I just think, I don't know if you guys agree, but it just needed a little something else to add a little bit of different texture. Obviously I've got the thread, which is a little bit different and not something that, you know, I put on every layout. But I just felt like it needed a little something else. Of course I'm going to add splatters because, you know, I always add splatters. I do a tiny bit of journaling on my layouts, but I won't do that on camera because I don't like the pressure of trying to get my journaling right if we're on camera. I'm using the art glitter glue. So somebody recommended this to me in a video and I don't remember who it was, I apologize. And then I found it at my local scrapbooking store and decided just to give it a go, pick it up and give it a go. And I like it. Yeah, I haven't had any issues. I actually have the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, is that what it's called, in the white bottle, and I'm not as much of a fan as others are. I think it's because I do a lot of cut file work, which Virginia's cut files at Confessions of a Paper Addict are usually super delicate. So this is actually a rarity for her, this particular cut file, which is a little thicker than her normal ones. Usually her cut files are like the lines and stuff are quite thin. So I find that you actually, for me personally, I need a really nice glue that doesn't kind of go everywhere. And I don't know, the Nuvo adhesive just didn't work for me for backing cut files. But this one I quite like, this art glitter glue. Right, so I've done that. I'm thinking that all this really needs now is maybe some splatters, and I think we're going to be done. So I will probably put just a tiny bit of journaling in here. This layout doesn't need much journaling. As I said, I'll just be talking about the fact that this is the photos representing our return to rehearsal after a 12 months off. Yeah. Now, the funny thing is I actually hadn't been to band for all of 2019 I didn't go to rehearsal because my son was born in January of 2019. Lincoln was born then, and so I couldn't get to rehearsal for that year because I was feeding him. I did try to bring my mother-in-law along for her to watch him while rehearsal was going, but that didn't work well. He just screamed the entire time, so it was too hard, and I ended up not being able to go. And then as I was just starting to return, the pandemic happened, and obviously rehearsals stopped. So yeah, it's been crazy. It's been like 2 years. Now I think I'll add some of my favorite mist, which you know if you watch my channel, is Heidi Swap's Colour Shine in Navy. Now I just need to give this a good shake. Sorry about the noise. You can hear the little ball bearing in there shaking up. I use this a lot, so it's actually not too bad, but you just need to give it a good shake. Now mine is quite messy, so let me find in my mess here somewhere if I have, here we go. Have a baby wipe handy because I get it all over my fingers. And again, I normally edit this part out so you don't see this. Now usually up here, I've got avalanche situations going on. If Shannon's watching my video, I blame her. I'm sure she's not watching, but if she is, I'm taking her class. It's called Lucky 7, and it's a paid class, and I'm taking her class, and I have stuff everywhere all over my desk that relates to her class, and yeah, I've got avalanches happening. So I'm covering my photos because inevitably I splatter everywhere, and then I'm just going to put some splatty bits down. I just love this colour. I love this colour so much. Now, just a couple of things. So, Confessions of a Paper Addict, I will link this cut file and the Etsy store in the description box down below. There's a super fun Facebook group that if you are on Facebook and you're not already a member, please come over and join us. I know I say it every video, but honestly, Virginia releases free cut files each month, and you can only get them if you're in the Facebook group. And she also has her monthly mood board challenge, which this is a layout for. So I have used the mood board as my inspiration for this, and you can win a $10 voucher to her store just by entering. How crazy is that? So everything will be linked in the description box down below, so come and join us. I think this is going to be my layout finished. Let me know if you liked this format of video with me sort of talking through, but you don't actually watch the sticking down process. So let me know. I don't know how long this video is going to be, if it's going to be longer than my normal videos, but nonetheless, let me know what you think of the format, and maybe I'll mix it up a bit and channel my inner Shannon more often. I will try and remember to leave a link to Shannon's channel down below because she's fabulous to watch. Right, here we are. I think we're done. So thank you for watching. Let me do my little, you know, hover of my layout, but I'll also have the photos that are coming up in just a minute at the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.